Good day, everybody. I am going to do my first review ever, which will consist of a Smith and Wesson SD 40 VE, which is a 40 caliber Smith and Wesson pistol. Mine came with the two magazines that are able to hold 14 plus one in the chamber, obviously. A total of 15. I hear nowadays they're having some issues getting some guns with more than 10 round magazines due to what's been going on with Sandy Hook and the tragedies. So I was able to obtain the magazines with 14 rounds, which I was happy to be able to obtain that. The Smith and Wesson is a very comfortable gun. It feels great in your hands. I've shot Glocks. I've shot basically from a Glock to a Daewoo 40. I'm a 40 fanatic. So I will actually be doing a review of a Daewoo 40 caliber, which basically is a not a great gun. They make some match pieces, but I digress and I apologize, but look forward to that one coming out. The Daewoo, it's interesting. So the SD40 is a great handgun for home defense, as well as I believe this is a gun that you could carry on you if you could find the right case for your concealed weapon. It is very ergonomical. The grips are nice and flat on the inside grips here. They're nice and flat. The gun is unloaded. I've already checked. The no magazines in the clip. There is no safety. The trigger pull is 8 pounds on this one. The average trigger pulls on other handguns are around 5 pounds. You can modify that if you like. I say it's a very decent, smooth trigger, even though it is 8 pounds. When you first shoot it, it was a little stiff. But after about 200 rounds, the trigger really got smooth and loosened up, and I really, it's not the best trigger, obviously, but it is a very reliable trigger pull and very consistent now, and I have to say I like it. The magazine release is on the left side, so it's not like the M&P where they have it on both sides. One thing I do like is the built-in component. They really took the time to design the clip, excuse me, I should say magazine, forgive me, into the gun, whereas the Glock, basically, they don't do that. This actually makes it part of the gun, and you can't go wrong with that. It's also got indentations right here on both sides, and right here, and then also on the other side right here, which put your hand and your finger right there and make sure you never have to go to the trigger until you need to. As you can see, the sights, it's a three dot sight, which I like. It's also got I don't go into detail about the sights because there's nothing special about them, but they are effective, and the rounds are really tight when you go to the range and you shoot. You can really keep them in a nice circle, nice small section. But it's a beautiful handgun. They got the ridges on the back and front here. That's the main complaint about the concealed weapon part, is the ridges. I don't personally mind them. I have fallen in love with the gun, and this can be easily compared to a Glock. It breaks down just like a Glock would, slide it right off. The only part that I have really is the spring inside, which I'm not going to break it down right now. I'm doing my first review in my truck, and I just don't have my iPod, so, but it breaks down just like a Glock, if any of you are familiar with that, which I'm sure you are. The release, it's okay. It's not the best release, but it works for the price of the gun. That's where they have kind of cut corners to give you a great, reliable handgun at a very, very reasonable price. I would carry this on me on my concealed, you know, as long as you have your concealed weapons permit. But I think its main purpose is to be a vehicle and a home defense weapon. You know, keep it in your vehicle. But like I said, I've kept it in my pocket now and had no problems with it. Would be a little bit on the heavier side. I wasn't wearing jeans, obviously. I was wearing shorts, and it was fine. But let me know my first review, how you guys you know, think it went. If there's anything I can add to it, I will. The Smith and Wesson SD 40 VE, I highly recommend it. A very, very great value and a very reliable gun. For what you're getting, you can probably get these for around $400, you know, $350, depending on your location, your geographic area. That's, you know, great handgun. Highly recommend it. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Have a great day.